Wow, wow, wow. Welcome on into Philly Take with RB. Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news. Welcome on in. Happy Friday night. It is 10:30 p.m. here on the East Coast. I just walked in. Perfect timing. Phone's blowing up. People are messaging me. RB, you got to see this. You got to see this. What's going on? Did the Sixers make a move? No, this is not pertaining to the Sixers, but it also kind of involves the Sixers, and it means a lot for the Sixers in the Eastern Conference. I cannot believe what I am just seeing right now. Breaking news, a Shams bomb. No longer Woj. Woj is retired. Shams bomb. The Knicks have acquired All-Star center Karl-Anthony Towns from the Minnesota Timberwolves for Julius Randle, Donte DiVincenzo, and a first-round pick via Detroit. Sources tell me, and John, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name. Man. Usually I'm a lot more prepared. Usually, I think about this stuff. I'm going right off the top. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. First off, let's start off with the New York Knicks. Okay, here's the full trade again, just so you can see it a little bit better. The Knicks acquire a center, and they lose Isaiah Hartenstein in the offseason. They had the reports a couple days ago that Mitchell Robinson's not going to be ready to start the season, so they needed a big man, right? They needed a center. I guess my first thought is, how the heck do they keep acquiring people like this? How the heck do they keep doing this, man? They acquire Mikal Bridges. They gave up all their damn assets. The team has little to no wiggle room, and they're not going to be able to really get better at all. The Knicks still need to send out an additional $8.8 million. They can't take back more salary than they're sending out since they're over the first apron. However, the Minnesota Timberwolves also cannot take more money than they are sending out. A third team must be involved. So that's what we hear. I guess they're going to try to make this a bigger trade. But wow, the Knicks splash in, a couple days before training camp, and they get an all-star center to fill that void. Now, on the flip side, they get rid of DiVincenzo. So the Nova Knicks, right? The dream was there. I know DiVincenzo has to be mad. He comes in, has a pretty much career year, has one of the best Knicks shooting years ever, and now he's in a trade package, right? Sometimes it's unfortunate, part of the business. Wow. So, they bring in Bridges, Brunson, Bridges, Hart, and they thought they were going to get all four of them to play together, but that's not going to happen. Julius Randle, as we heard, has been on the trade market for a while, and they give up a first-round pick. But, Cat's been rumored to the Knicks for a while, and, man, they just got better. I hate to say, but it's true. The Knicks got a lot better in this trade. Before I talk more about the Knicks, I want to flip it to the Timberwolves. I just don't understand what these people are doing. Sometimes these executives overthink things, and I'm not saying, they didn't get decent players in this trade, but the Minnesota Timberwolves have been criticized ever since they made that Rudy Gobert trade. That was, in my opinion, one of the worst trades ever. Did Rudy Gobert play good this season? Yeah, he had some good moments, but overall, his play style, the way he is molded as a center, his inability to create much offense or do anything on the offensive side and just be a rim protector, I mean, it limits them. It limits what they can do on the floor. So they find a way to, kind of make it work with Cat and Rudy Gobert. And obviously they have Naz Reid as well. So sure, they may be willing to part with one of their big men. But to then go after making the Western Conference Finals and trade, in my opinion, your best center or best big man, we'll say, in Karl-Anthony Towns, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. I knew that they eventually probably had to break up the pairing, but you just got to the conference finals, and this is your time to pull the trigger, and you bring in Julius Randle and Donte DiVincenzo. I just don't understand it. I don't think it made the Timberwolves a better team. And it just once again goes to show that that organization really just does not know what they are doing. Anyway, as it pertains to the 76ers, because, the Celtics went and made a splash trade like this last year, right? It kind of put them over the top. I think this trade does help put the Knicks a little bit over the top. They may even be the most stacked roster in the East. Now, I'm not saying the Sixers can't compete with them. I'm not saying the Celtics probably aren't going to be a juggernaut. I think it's going to be, Celtics, Knicks, Sixers in that top three conversation for most of the year, pending everybody staying healthy. Obviously, the Knicks can't really do anything to make their roster better during the season, and they better hope nobody gets hurt. And similar to the Celtics, right? They have their squad. They, are in that apron. They can't really do much either. The Sixers are hopefully looking to make a move, and they have, a couple trade chips to play with. But now they're going up against another juggernaut, in my opinion. I mean, look at this starting lineup. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Karl-Anthony Towns. The New York Knicks got better tonight, and it pains me to say, but holy smokes. You want to talk about the craziest league? This league is absolutely nuts. A blockbuster trade on a Friday night. Legion Hoop says it's simple to understand why the Timberwolves made this move. Karl-Anthony Towns was due $220 million over the next 4 years, more than they could afford. They offload Cat's contract and go all in on Naz Reid while acquiring Julius Randle and Donte DiVincenzo in the process. I still don't think that makes a lot of sense. Am I wrong? Who do you think won this trade? Let me know your thoughts down below. I mean, yeah, you're going to eventually have to part with them. And now with the second apron and these other penalties, you are going to have to get more strategic in team building. But Cat was still one of the best players on that roster, had a good relationship with Anthony Edwards, and you're trying to find the best mold around him. But I just don't understand why everybody thinks Rudy Gobert is that good. He's really not. Donte DiVincenzo will be a great glue guy, a great role player, and I do think the Knicks are losing a little bit of toughness and a little bit of their, scrappy identity when it comes to Donte DiVincenzo, and I'm sure the rest of the Nova guys are pissed off, even though I don't care. But Julius Randle, yes, he was playing better before the injury, and, he was trending upwards and really finding his footing, but who says that fit with the Minnesota Timberwolves is going to be seamless, right? You have a lot of guys now, Conley and Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, DiVincenzo, a lot of guys that need the ball. So, look, man, it's very confusing for me at this point in time. Maybe I have to let it digest a little bit more. But simply put, the New York Knicks got better. Now the Sixers are going to be more motivated, hopefully, to make a move down the line, maybe in the first couple months of the season or whatever it may be. To get better and continue to compete. What do you make of this trade? What do you think about this move? Who won the trade? And did the New York Knicks get better tonight? Give me your thoughts down below in the comment section. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.